Okay guys, this video is going to be called, well, Rediscovering Yourself. Okay, let's get started. Dr. Robert Cassar, eartheracademy.com. So, rediscovering yourself. That's an important topic right now, just because I see a lot of people, well, including myself, okay, that need to be rediscovered. And I'm talking about rediscovering yourself, right? So rediscovering yourself is something that we should do when we feel we need to, or maybe about every 7 years or so, right? The ancients always taught us that every 7 years, well, that we should get a new life, or we should repeat the same one that we just left, right? And repeat it again another 7 years. Maybe you'll get it right this time. But rediscovering yourself is important, since we've had a lot of time to think with, you know, all the lockdowns and everything else, right? But rediscovering yourself is super important, just because a lot of people that I see, like I said, need to rediscover themselves. And one of the ways you can do that is to rediscover your health. Okay, that's just one piece. Remember, this goes deep. Rediscovering your health can be easily done. Remember, I've been doing a lot of videos over the last, 12 years? Okay, on upgrading, enhancing, and optimizing your health and wellness. And I've just been showing you my experimentations of what I've been doing with myself, and of course, learning with people, doing clinical studies. And rediscovering yourself is super important when especially you feel that, well, you need to rediscover yourself, right? Okay, so anyway, getting back your health and wellness is something that I had a passion about, not only for myself, okay, to be able to become as optimal as I can be. And if I can find an upgrade, let me do it. And if I can enhance myself in any way, form, and fashion that seems logical and reasonable, then let's give it a try. So that's been my whole life. And, you know, for you, a lot of people, like I said, need to rediscover their health. And rediscovering your health is pretty easy, because there's a lot of things that you can learn from Earther Academy. You know, we keep it private because there's a lot of, this is all experimentation, guys, and $10 a month. Cancel anytime, big deal. It just helps keep everything going. But the whole idea, it's private because there's a lot of protocols, practices, and principles that I have learned over the last 40 years that I feel that are very effective and safe. And everything is an experiment, but for yourself, think of it this way. Rediscovering yourself may just be just looking into the mirror and saying, let me rediscover, let me look back at what I used to look like. Okay, maybe when you were 18 years old, maybe you're 50 now, and go ahead and check and see, okay, what you used to be. And do you feel that you could reshape yourself, rediscover yourself back to someone that you used to really like? Remember, the younger you are, most of the time, you probably like yourself at that age bracket because things are less complicated, right? You know, I started to take up archery again. I started to do fishing again, okay, because those were some of the joys that I had when I was young. So, you know, rediscovering yourself with your health is very easy. It's just a lot of little pieces that you need to put together. You know, I just did my laundry, okay, non-toxic laundry. That's a good video for you to watch, just to be able to see, you know, how you could go ahead and actually get that toxicity out of your life. And just remember, all these synthetic chemicals that you're smelling, okay, in your car, because you put up one of those little Christmas trees in there, right, because your car stinks, well, just clean it, right? Get an ozone machine or something. But all these chemicals that are smelling chemicals, like in your laundry detergent, perfumes, just trash can bags. When you smell that they put a smell in the trash can bags for some reason. Think of all those smells are synthetic fragrances, but they're estrogenic. Okay, so rediscovering yourself, basically, some people feel that they've lost their hormones. Okay, well, you can gain back a lot of your hormones and rediscover a part of yourself that maybe you liked before. Okay, you just need some knowledge. That's all. I got lots of videos on how I keep my hormones going, right? How I keep myself in shape. 61 years old. Try to keep myself in shape as much as I can because, well, think of it this way, it's an honor to have a body, and so you should look at it as your church. And if it is your church, then you may want to clean it up, rediscover, okay, the crystalline chapel that your body is, run by the temples, right? So, you know, a lot of people just need to sort of not get kicked in the arse, but they need to be you know, coaxed to be able to think. That's right. I better take care of some business now, okay, to be able to make myself feel that in the future that I'm going to still be able to enjoy my body. Because your body is the way you walk around, right? It's the way you see things. It's the way you hear things. It's the way you smell things and taste things. And without this machine, really, you can't discover a lot of things. Okay? You can see springtime, right? A lot of the flowers. What's up, guys? You got the turkey and everybody talking. Beautiful flowers coming out. And these are super poisonous for the sheep or any animal to eat. So remember, plant poisons are real. So you got to watch yourself. Now, rediscovering, okay, yourself in the health and wellness is going to take effort. It's going to take effort. I work out 3 days a week, intense, for about an hour and 15 minutes, 3 times a week. Okay, it's part of my 10 commandments that I've put upon myself to stay in shape. So, you know, these are all little pieces, okay? Because you can have an anabolic diet because you want to rediscover yourself, right? You want to get your hormones back. You want to become maybe more masculine if you feel you're not. Or maybe, you know, I'm just talking to a guy, a female, whatever, you know, everybody wants different things. But if you feel that you want to go ahead and get back your normal biology, then you're going to want to, if you're a man, you want to stimulate your testosterone. And if you're a female, well, most likely you're also testosterone low. And that's a big problem with a lot of people. Remember, high estrogen just gets you fat. High estrogen just makes you feel all the time. High estrogen does nothing more than maybe promote disease, right? That's why a lot of the cancer medications actually stop estrogen, don't they? Well, why don't you stop putting estrogen in your body? Rediscover yourself, right? So I rediscovered myself when I moved to Hawaii, right? That's rediscovering myself. I rediscovered myself when I changed from a 15-year plant-based diet. But I was smart enough to keep eggs in my diet, so if you're a raw vegan, okay, remember, the plant poisons are real. Lectins, isoflavones, okay? Oxalates, all different things, even you think that are good for you, in small amounts they are. Polyphenols, you take too many of them, well, that's an assault to your body. So, you know, I changed, rediscovered myself, okay, in a way to be able to, myself, I wanted to gain my health back. So what did I do? Like I said, I was 15 years plant-based. In 15 years plant-based, I got malnourished, as everybody will. You will not be able to digest grass like an herbivore. You can try it. Okay, we got hundreds of thousands of people over the last 12 years or so to be able to see if you can have a super vital lifestyle just by eating plants. Like I said, you need cholesterol in your brain, okay? So if you want to feel like you need to rediscover yourself to get back to your your mental capacity, then you may want to put cholesterol back into your diet, because your brain's made a lot of cholesterol. Cholesterol, remember, is also, you can call it the precursor to testosterone, right? And if you don't have cholesterol in your system, well, then maybe could it be possible that your testosterone is low because you did it to yourself, because you didn't know? Remember, rediscovering yourself to get back your biology, you got to also go ahead and learn about RF frequencies. I've done a lot of videos on that. You need to learn that these radio frequencies are microwaves, right? Like a radar dish or a microwave that heats up your food, right? These are energies. And that's how your wireless works. Even though I'm using a phone right now, it's on airplane mode. The Bluetooth shut off and the Wi-Fi shut off. You know, there's so many little pieces to regain back your health that, you know, how you need to rediscover yourself is going to be up to you. But I can tell you that getting back your health, okay, and I'm not even talking only your physical health, I'm talking about your mental health too. When I started back on a animal product diet, okay, I got my cognitive capacity back. My body became, and my mind became grounded. I didn't feel like I was starving, okay, all the time, even though I lost my hunger, is because I learned how to not worry about hunger pains. Just drink more water, that's fine, okay? Even if you have a diet that is plant-based, that's full of protein, okay, full of the fats. What kind of fats are you having in? What kind of protein are you digesting, if you are digesting it at all? Even though it may have all the full amino acids and everything else, well, that's not the case as far as digestion goes, as far as bioavailability goes, right? You think you're getting all the vitamin A in, you know, drinking carrot juice? Well, that's not so. There's no vitamin A there. Remember, that's beta carotene. That's the precursor to vitamin A, and you have to go ahead and actually change that into retinol A, which is found in liver. So my body was very malnourished. I had to rediscover myself back to my primal health that I had when I was 18, 20, 22 years old. Okay, so I re-nourished myself. And you can't just eat an anabolic diet and think you're going to go ahead and gain muscle mass either, and or maybe regain back a lot of your regeneration, because you do have to exercise, you do have to stretch. Okay, rediscovering yourself maybe is taking away a lot of the BS that you're doing with social media right now. Remember, social media, most of it is just a mind control program. That's all it is. That's all it is. I mean, if you can learn something on social media, that's fine, but most of it is hokey pokey entertainment, which maybe sometimes is fun, but I see people, they are addicted to this stuff, and maybe you need to rediscover yourself and go out in nature, right? Get yourself some animals. Learn how to maybe build a fence, okay? Maybe learn how to weld. Maybe learn how to cut the lawn, right? And fix the lawnmower when it breaks, and or change the oil and such and such. Skills are everything in this world, right? So I've been working about 30 plus hours a week on the farms here. We have 3 farms, and we lost a couple of the guys here. I have one other person part-time, and myself, Mark, helps me here on the farm, and we take care of 3 farms. So I've been learning how to do everything from building fences. Check this out. Look what it takes to build a fence. Okay, you got to put these poles not only in concrete, dig them down in the ground 3 feet, put cement in there, right? Rocks and everything, get them level. You have to go ahead and put up all these different layers of fence. You have to put this fence up, you have to put the bars in 45 degrees, have to make sure as you look down it, the fence is straight. Okay, and you got to figure out how to make this thing super tight. We ratchet those down. So, you know, those are skills. And I learned all those things when I was younger, and it's nice for me, since I don't have a couple of guys working on the farm right now. I'm doing a lot of the stuff, and it's making me rediscover back all the skills that I learned as a child. Okay, I took wood shop all the time, auto shop, welding, metal shop. I even did sewing. Everything basically to be able to have a skill, no matter if it's feminine or masculine. Should learn how to cook. Why not? Is that supposed to be feminine? No, that's just life. The more skills you have, the better. And rediscovering yourself to learn service is grand. Is because you can fix things. You have critical thinking to be able to maybe fix something. Maybe in your life you could also have critical thinking to fix maybe some of the things in your life. But a lot of people go to a psychologist, psychiatrist, right? They go to other people to try to help them with their problems. And a lot of the problems people have is because you have mental problems, most likely malnourishment, putting up phones to your head all the time. Remember, they're not just phones, they're microwave cell transmitters. So you have to be careful of all these pieces. You know, like I said, there's a ton of stuff to say, and I'm just making you sort of think a little bit, okay? Rediscover yourself. It's a beautiful thing. It just is. You know, rediscovering yourself is giving yourself another part of, like a new chapter in your life, right? So, you know, like I said, the physical is one piece of that. Did you used to read before? Okay, a real book, because that's one of the best things that a lot of people can do is start a fire and read a book. Read a book that interests you, right? And all you're doing is basically you're training your brain to be able to think. Okay, so shall it be read? Okay, you think about it. Okay, and if you, like I do, I underline everything when I write, when I'm reading. I'm learning. Most of the things I'm reading things to learn. You know, not really drama stories or anything else, because that's just a, you know, sort of a general thought. But when I'm reading things, because I'm passionate about learning, then I underline everything that I've read. And if I find anything interesting, I pull the book back and put in, like, I'm going to get tested on it. And I can go into the back of the book and I make myself a little subtitle, right? And I put a small little memo next to it so I could find these little sweet spots, okay? The golden nuggets in the book. And I have them written in the back myself. You can see all my books that I've done like that. Probably read 1,000 books. And it's not that there's a lot of knowledge in reading, okay? There's a lot of your mind loves to be able to learn, just so you know. It loves to learn. And if you're not learning anything and you're just repeating the same thing over and over and over again, no wonder your relationship is boring. Maybe because you're not learning, you're not growing. Maybe you are same thing with your work, right? Are you learning, or are you just repeating the same crap all the time? So detoxing yourself, like I said, Earther Academy, you will learn a lot of stuff there for sure, definitely. Okay, just learning the sauna protocols, that's going to change your life by pissing out all the garbage out of your skin, because your skin is the largest organ of your body, right? And if you could learn how to perspire toxicity out of your body, okay, learn how to clean your skin so the pores are open so you actually can bloody sweat, and then drink pure, clean water, right? Mineralized water to put back in clean water and piss out dirty water. Pretty simple, right? Okay, that's just one little protocol. But, you know, a lot of people have intestinal problems right now. Watch a lot of the videos that I did before, okay? What did I do to heal my gut? First of all, like I said, I had to go ahead and rediscover myself. I had to go ahead and take away all the plants for a little while. All spices, resins, anything I was using. Is because why? Is because my intestinal tract was not only irritated, okay, but if your intestinal tract is irritated, that means you're malnourishing yourself. You're not getting the nourishment you think you're getting. Okay, that's the way it is. Starting to rain out here a little bit. Okay, so, you know, I had to heal my gut. And in order to heal my gut, I took away all my seed oils. No more vegetable oils of any type. I don't care if it's olive oil. And real olive oil, remember, is expensive. Okay, it's in glass. You can put it in the refrigerator, and it'll harden. And most of the oil you're getting is green oil. It's not good. Real olive oil, because we were in this business, they don't even sell this stuff. It's like a brownish color because they've picked the olives ripe. Not take the toxic green olives and squeeze them just like avocado oil. Okay, they take green avocados. What do you think? They're ripe? They take green ones there. They're all toxic. They irritate your gut. I mean, a little bit's nothing if your stomach's good. But if your stomach's got a problem like that, those seed oils, man, give you massive inflammation in your gut, and you won't basically be able to change your bloating and your gas and your intestinal whatever problems that you have is only because the seed oils are causing these things. And I'm talking all seed oils, vegetable oils, corn oil, safflower oil, canola oil, soybean oil. All this stuff is crap. So I just used ghee butter, and I used beef tallow. Saturated fats. Remember, they say saturated fats are bad for you. I say saturated fats are good for you, especially for healing. You think vegetable oils are good for you? I think they're the nemesis on this side over here, is because they will inflame your gut. And if your gut's inflamed, then you will never go ahead and get yourself back to the way that you're supposed to be. Okay, so it's like rediscovering yourself is fine. You can have a lot of happy thoughts and, you know, all these things, but there is sometimes some guidance that people need just to get over the hump. And then you can go back to from whatever you want. I cut out all the vegetables for a reason. Is because most of the vegetables are toxic. And you must process them. It's like I say, the raw vegan is the worst. And in time, you will start having gut, bloating, and all these other things. And if you don't, hey, all power to you. But 9 out of 10 of you, or let's say 99 out of 100 of you, even worse, okay, are going to go ahead and start having gastrointestinal problems. This is the way it works. Okay, why? Because you're eating all this fiber, all this... Oh, I can hear the thunder back there. Yeah, baby, it's coming. Got some rain coming, some thunder. Okay, so... anyways, like I said, all these are pieces. And if you don't get these little pieces, like, correct, then, you know, you can try a ton of things, but it's very simple to heal things. And that just means you have to take away most of the things that you think are good for you. You think turmeric's good for you if your gut it hurts? Do you think putting black pepper or garlic or spices of any type, do you think those are good to put in your food if you already have a sensitive stomach? That's why people with sensitive stomachs, they can't have any spices. Why? It's because they've got sores in their stomach. That's why. And not only sores, okay, but maybe you also have parasites in your stomach that are irritating the intestinal wall. That's a whole other piece of this game. Remember, rediscovering yourself is basically maybe just even taking away, forget foods for a while. Okay, I mean, that's fine too. That's a whole department. But let's go to parasites over here. How do you reduce parasites? First, you have to know that you got them, and everybody has parasites. And if you think you don't, remember, you're just kidding yourself. Just kidding yourself, okay? Everybody has bloody parasites. Every animal that's domestic, okay, non-domestic, okay, means you take care of them, you feed them, whatever it is. The ones that are domesticated, they have way more parasites. It's because a lot of times they're in their own pasture, eating their own poop, and wild animals are scattering their poop all over the place, so it's less infective. And if you don't worm these animals, you know what happens to them? They get skinny and they look sickly. As you can see, a lot of people that eat too much, just because you have body fat on you doesn't mean that you're nourished. It means most likely that you're eating way too much, and maybe it's just because maybe your body doesn't get any nutrition. Maybe it's because The foods you're eating are very irritative to your intestinal wall, and you're not absorbing a lot of things. There's a lot of different pieces to this pie, like I said. So when you go to Earther Academy, just take a piece at a time. Okay, like my hot tub. I love my hot tub. I go in this thing every night. Okay, and I don't use any chlorine or anything, and you can see, look at the color of that water. It's like bluish. Okay, this thing is full of minerals. I probably got, like I said, 25 pounds of minerals. Watch the video we did on that on our hot tubs. Okay, I don't use any chlorine at all. I just use CD. That's it. And you may want to go ahead and watch the video how I use CD for various therapies. Not only that, on my hot tub, on my catchment tank. So doing an doing a parasitic cleanse is one thing. I'm doing a video coming up here on anti-parasitic drugs also that we use on the sheep, and that also can be used not only sheep but goats and dogs and any animal, any reptile, amphibian, most of them. And of course all of those medications that I'm going to show you have been used for humans too. And like I said, if you think that you don't have parasites, you're just fooling yourself. And just because you went to the doctor and they took, you know, a sample of your poop, you went to the human doctor and you went to the human lab. Why don't you send your poop maybe to the veterinarian and tell them it's your dog and you want to do a parasitology? Or maybe even better yet, there's a few parasitologists and you can send to their personal lab and they can go ahead and look and see what kind of eggs you got in there. But I guarantee you, everybody has parasites. Just do. Like I said, there's a reason why every 3 to 4 months you should worm your pets, your animals, and everything. Why? Is to keep these demons down. You know, I did a video on a big parasite that came in out of my sheep after I gave them ivermectin, right? Just to show you that. And we talked a little bit about, of course, why you should most likely worm yourself, right? Consistently, as we do the animals. And could it be possible that these creatures, these parasites, I call them demons, could it be possible that these are the cause of a lot of disease? You know, we did another video on disease transmitting flies. You got to see all these little pieces. Okay? And once you see all these little pieces, like I said, it's like a chess game. You do this, take care of it. Right? If you're using Wi-Fi in your house, hardwire. Boom, there's one, part of the chess piece. Okay? How do you get clean water? Get yourself a good RO system or a distiller. We have them on Earther Academy. They're American made. We don't make any money doing these things at all, let me tell you. So I think we make like 10 bucks. I just want to make sure I don't lose any money. So I try to give you guys a better deal than you can get anywhere else because we don't make any money doing it. And plus, remember, when you join Earther Academy, we give you a $100 credit too to use on certain things in the store. So, you know, it helps you sort of get clean. You need clean water. Okay, that's rediscovering yourself. Just like I said, sweat out the dirty water and drink a lot of clean water and learn a lot of the gouaching techniques. You know, how to get your skin so you can make it so your body will sweat. How to clean your skin effectively with the vodka solution, with the minerals and the compounds. Okay, taking care of yourself is rediscovering yourself. And this number one. You know, like I said, I rediscovered myself in probably about 40 times in this lifetime. You're supposed to just rediscover yourself every 7 years. So I've done a lot of rediscovering. So, you know, and each rediscover should be an upgrade, enhance, and optimization from the last place that you came from. Rediscovering, of course, doesn't mean that it's worse. And you may go ahead, like I said, go back to rediscovering some of the times that you were happy and start doing those things again. Start doing them. Maybe I played chess. I was a chess champion as a little child, right? 12 years old, playing with the guys who was 16 years old. I'm going to start playing chess again. Why? It's because I loved to play chess when I was young. So let me try it again. When my mind was not only younger, but it was cleaner. As you get older, remember, we all get more perverted in this world that we live in, right? You know, a lot of people are worried about what people say on videos, right? About disinformation, whatever it is. How about perversion? You give your child a phone, and all they have to do is just Google anything that has to do with any type of sex, any type. Any word you want to use, whatever it is, and it will show you down to the core the ugliest, nastiest, disgusting stuff that you've ever seen for a child's mind to be warped already. What's that? What are they doing? Okay, come on. Talk about being censoring. Why don't you censor that? Just do it. Here, you want to look at that debauchery? Then what do you do? Why don't you pay for a membership and you can look at all that crazy stuff you want? That would make sense in my head. Anyways, but what makes sense nowadays? Remember, whatever was right is wrong, whatever is wrong is right. Just the way it is. So at least you can change yourself somewhat, but you do need what knowledge. You do need knowledge. And when you start to do these things and you feel benefit from them, then you start to get wisdom. Is because maybe your wisdom is like being a wizard, right? You being a little wise with yourself by trying things, experimenting with things that you're not the first one that have done these protocols. Remember, tens of thousands of people, and all we do is upgrade, enhance, and optimize. There's some things I don't do anymore. It's not that they're not good to do. I just don't do them anymore because I've honed it down for me right now to be able to do things that I know that I need to do on a schedule, like clean my ears once a month. I do the ear cleaning protocols. When's the last time you used the neti pot and cleaned out your sinuses? Think of it. You know, these are all good pieces of the video. I know it's, a lot of stuff to learn, but that's why there's Earther Academy. I've done 1,000 videos. And the stuff on YouTube is just basic stuff, learning fasting. Okay, rediscover yourself. Fast for 3 days. Here, rediscover yourself. Why don't you go ahead and shut off all of your AI? And that's a lot of stuff, right? Go on a vacation. Shutting off your AI. And that's all your television. You won't even know what's going on in the world because you'll be in your world. And if you watch the Hellivision, you know what you're going to do? You're going to be in their world. The world of fear porn. The world of doubt, uncertainty. Okay? False evidence appearing real. Wait, what does that stand for? Fear. Right? F everything and run. Fear. They're just acronyms, but they're true, aren't they? So, rediscovering yourself, like I said, can be done many ways. And when you do rediscover yourself, you find out that you do get a new chapter in life. You get to rediscover things, okay, maybe that you've never even done. So rediscovery sometimes is not only just rediscovering maybe what you've already done, but you're like discovering something new that you're going to put into your system. So, but rediscovery of your health is, I think, the most important one out of everything. You know, like I said, there's so many pieces of this pie. But, you know, I got bit by the viper, remember? I took 66 vials of antivenom. That made me rediscover a lot of things. I was in the hospital for 6 days. Got bit by the Southern Pacific rattlesnake, which is a twin venom viper. Most powerful snake in North America. You get bit by that, in 20 minutes you can't walk. I just got bit on the hand. In 20 minutes you can't walk. In 20 minutes you can't even move your body at all. All you can do is move your head from here to here and your eyeballs. That's about it. And Anyways, when you have a tragedy in your life and or you have an awakening, and of course the snake bite was an awakening because I should have died with that, right? I went ahead and I got bit in the hand, and I went ahead and thought, because my friend was there, and he says, hey Robert, go ahead and suck the poison out. Remember Boy Scouts? So I did, spit it in the sink, and this twin venom viper, the venom's different than normal rattlesnake. You know, it's a twin venom. It's got two different types, a gangrenous type and one that goes to your heart and stops your heart. And my whole mouth swelled up, couldn't even barely breathe. Okay. So I was close to death, but then again, it made me rediscover life, is because life is super fragile. Fragilistic ispialidocious, right? It's just very fragile. And fragile is a good thing, because it means you should take care of yourself, right? If something's fragile, that means that you may want to take extra care of it. So, you know, I was working on the barbed wire, and I just barely touched the barbed wire. I don't know if you can see it, it's right in there. And I got this cut from here to here. Man, I bled like a freaking stuck pig because I don't have that much body fat on me. So that little piece of barbed wire just barely touched me, freaking gashed me right to my muscle. Watch our videos on what would you do if you got a gash like that. Remember, it's barbed wire. I'm gonna run to the hospital? Maybe you should. And if you can't, and or what's even better than that is take care of it yourself. So I've done lots of videos on wound healing and the things that I did to be able to heal my huge wounds that I got. One big gash on my face from here to here, right? So it's starting to get cold now. It's gonna rain. You can see, check out these clouds. Nice, they're super low right here. Got a little blue sky going up there, but I can feel the chill in the air. And you heard some thunder before. Birds are singing. Okay guys, so anyways, do yourself a favor and help yourself rediscover yourself. Remember, your body wants to become healthier, wealthier, happier, and wiser, but your mind has to say it can. Say it can, meaning because that means you have to do it, because your body will do whatever you tell it to do, right? It's your mind that's the supposed to be the temples, right? The temple of your church. And if both your temples are in line, that means that you should have critical thinking enough to be able to say, I should take care of myself. Poof, it's getting cold. I should take care of myself. And if that doesn't make sense to you, it means that maybe you've got some dysfunction, and maybe your temples maybe aren't aligned the way they should be, because critical thinking is basically something that we all should have more than what we have. And that's the truth. I can't even talk when it gets cold. Okay guys, we'll see you guys on the next video. Aloha. How many minutes? Been babbling for 38 minutes. But rediscover yourself, do yourself a favor, and if you have to, find someone else that you could go ahead and rediscover yourself with. Could be, like I said, animals. It could be just a companion. You could be finding a training partner to go work out with, right? Find a person that you could go ahead and do detoxification with, so you can bounce things off back and forth and learn from each other. Okay? It's all part of the game. So have fun. And you can feel the wind coming. Feel like there's electricity in the air. Now the wind's blowing good. All right, here we go. We'll see you. Aloha.